Hello, welcome back everyone. Welcome to another Seascape stream. And today we're going to have something very special. So, yes, so Wednesday we're going to, this a fantasy world with mini miners. Now we're going to travel back in time today again. Since the last time we were in the medieval era, you can see, you can hear, the music is slightly different now. So for those who don't know, I'm your host Jessie. Welcome to the stream. And today we will going to present a very lovely project to everyone. So it is our Seascape's very lovely partner, King Studio. They create a really amazing game called Blocklords, and we will be talking about all about it today in the stream. And happy Friday, everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to answer, ask us and leave the comments in the live comments. And if you have any question or shout out to anyone, still also leave it down there. It is nighttime for me, but it is morning for them. But as you know, Friday tradition, we're going to drink. So cheers to you all. Without further ado, let me bring out our very lovely guest. First of all, let me welcome Sam.
Hi, hey Sam. Guys. Hi, how are you, Jessie?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back. Happy Friday. I didn't know we were having a drink.
Oh, that's a Friday tradition. But I figured because it's like early for you guys, I don't know. I don't want like every time when Simon come over, he's just like having a sip of milk tea because he's like, it's afternoon here. I'm still working. And me and Shaw will be like sipping wines and drinking beers. Yeah.
Okay, well, next time you could give me the memo.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And next we were gonna bring out our another lovely guest. It's Laszlo. Hi Laszlo. Good morning.
Good on, guys. What's going on? How you doing? Yeah, every single time I join these streams super early in the morning, it's 8 a.m. And everybody's always drinking, so
yeah.
First thing I always
you can drink your coffee.
Good way to get the day started.
Yeah, and I just like already like finished my bottle of wine here. That's the spirit. That's all this stream is all about. Talking about fun game and have a fun time, and drinking is fun.
Exactly.
All right. Without further ado, let's see what you got.
Let's see what we've got. So, for those of you who weren't here last time, maybe we'll take a moment to introduce ourselves. I'm Sam. I do social marketing, so that's social media and a bunch of marketing stuff at King Studios and on Blocklords. I am joined below me with my lovely colleague Laszlo.
Thank you, Sam. My name is Laszlo. I act as lead community manager for Blocklords, helping lead community initiatives, manage sentiment within the community, and give players the opportunity to be part of the game before we actually launch our first playable version next year. So, yeah, super excited to be with you all and share what we have to show.
Cool. So I thought we'd start by doing a little refresher on the game. I know there'll be a lot of people here that were here last time, but for those who aren't, let's just get into the game. So essentially, we're a grand strategy medieval war game where you, the players, own the economy, you own the story. So we're just going to jump into that a little bit. I'm going to start by saying that pre-registration is still open. If you would like to get a free hero minted when we launch the game and your key to early access, please scan the barcode that way and you can sign up. It's completely free. You need to connect a wallet, and then once we open everything, you'll have your assets. You can start playing the game when early access drops next year. So let's get into it.
It's great. I just want to shout out the QR code there. I didn't know that we were going to have a QR code on there. It's quick, you know.
Oh yeah, I was like last minute. I'm like, I forgot the QR code. I'm like messaging the artist, like, can you get this for me? Yeah,
amazing. So
scrolling down to our chat room, like, where's that link? Where's that link? Yeah, got it.
We like to describe ourselves as the best of Age of Empires, which you can see here. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. That's my mouse. Crusader Kings, Total War, and then some nitty-gritty from Game of Thrones. I would like to preface as well saying that we are enjoying the pop culture aspect. We're taking a bit of a meme direction, and I'm hoping that we can show some of that to you guys and to Jessie in a minute and get some laughs out. So huge dynamic open world. It's asset powered. All of the heroes in the game are assets. A fully player-owned economy. You can start as a free-to-play farmer and eventually build your dynasty up until you are king, a ruler of many nations, and you can take people to war. So, do you want to go through this, Laszlo? Early access farmers?
Yeah, absolutely. So in order to actually play the first version of the game, you're going to need an NFT hero. If you early access, then you are eligible to receive that free hero. And this is kind of the backbone of the Blocklords economy and the beginning of progression within the game. So as a farmer, you're responsible for gathering resources, working with your fellow farmers, using the tooling that your lord provides to provide a variety of resources to the civilizations around you. This evolves as we go on in the game, as you know, the farmer is not the only role that you're able to play as, but we must appreciate our farmers because they are very, very important. And this is how everybody will start when the game inevitably goes free to play.
In order to get your free farmer.
I'm super curious to see like who get the idea of having a mustache for a farmer. Like it's super cool aesthetic.
We the art department just delivered it and they were like, what do you think of this guy? And everyone was like, perfect. I've never seen anything that screams farmer more. He's like very very individual, which is nice as a free character to get characters that look so cool. Again, if you want to get a free farming character, time is running out. We're going to close pre-reg very shortly. So please do scan the barcode and get registered. It's super easy. If you do not have a wallet, you can use Magic Link. We also have GameStop Wallet and MetaMask. Just make sure you're on ETH, otherwise it won't work. Next up, if you collect enough resources and you want to build your way up and get a little bit of a promotion, here comes Knights and Raiders. Laszlo, take it away.
Yeah. So everybody loves to talk about the backbone of the economy, the farmer, super important. But what we see the most amount of excitement for is the chaos, the bloodshed, the violence. So the second path out of 4 paths within the Blocklords game is the path of the warrior. That being the knight, the loyal knight, or the lawless bastard raider who goes around and wreaks havoc around all of the lands. The knights, as they were in medieval times, are more loyal and are paid a fixed salary from their lord to defend the land against neighboring attackers that may want to steal and kill their farmers or themselves. So the knights is just a safer play and kind of balances out the other side, which is the raiders. Now the raiders, they follow no rules. They make alliances with whoever they want. They roam the lands. They decide whoever they want to attack. As a raider, this means that you have a lot more high risk, but potentially high reward for the things that you kill and the battles that you wage. But we see a lot of different roles evolving within the game, and players are going to figure out which one they fits them the most. So yeah, let us know which one you are in the comments.
Yeah, Jossie, if you were going to be a knight or a raider, what would you choose?
I will definitely be a raider because I don't follow rules.
We haven't had one person come back and not want to cause mayhem yet.
I was about to say.
Oh, really? I thought I was special.
I'm seeing chat say raider as well.
Yeah, so many people are saying so.
Well, the cool thing.
So a lot of people wanted the raider. Yeah.
The cool thing is, if everybody wants to be the raider, and then there's all these people going around trying to kill each other, well, there's going to be a big demand for a knight. So all of you knights are going to get paid, quite handsomely by your lords. But let's get into the lord play.
I feel like there's such a millennial and Gen Z vibe, like thought. Like we don't want to beat the rules. We wanted to create our own rules. So like that's why so many people wanted to go for raiders.
Coolio. If you can't see the barcode for whatever reason, just go to blocklords.com and hit join now or log in the top right corner, and it'll take you to the sign-in page. Cool. So next, if you you can level up again. The more resources, the more money you earn. You have opportunities to level up your career within the game world. So next up, we have Lord of the Land. Lords are responsible for city management and planning. So that's building, collecting resources from farmers, paying knights, You also charge tax to your citizens. If your tax is too high, people may pick up and leave. If your taxes are low, more people may join, and you may make a more glorious reward. You are defending the cities. You're in charge of hiring knights, putting out bounties, making sure that raiders aren't coming in and stealing resources from your nation.
Nice, awesome. So there are actually other people are asking in the comments saying that what platform would this game to be on?
So originally, it's going to be launched as PC client. There's going to be a client downloadable, and you will launch on the PC. In the future, we're hoping to bring out companion apps and such, but right now, early access and the first game version will be released on PC.
Nice, awesome.
Next, if you are a successful lord and you're getting on with your neighboring lords or people that are close next to you, a few lords can come together and they can nominate a king or a queen, which is the most advanced play style in Blocklords. It requires a lot of attention. It's high risk. People are going to come after you if you're a king, and it also gives you the opportunity to put your nations into war, which costs a lot of resource. And it's a lot of stress on your nation, but the rewards are massive should you win a war. Laszlo, do you want to do a bit on king and queens?
Yeah, sure. So obviously the king and the queens are a very prestigious role. This kind of governance, this kind of decision making of how we elect who the leaders of the world are, super important to build all of this political intrigue and those deeper levels of social stickiness within the Blocklords lore and world. So it's very, very important that we have these kind of voting processes, governance processes in place, so that we can have these communities come together, all these medieval kingdoms, these medieval realms. They're able to self-govern themselves and to some capacity, and really like create their own culture, create their own kind of, I guess, vibe within the game. So all of that kind of comes from the leader, and a king is somebody who, a king or a queen is meant to be somebody who leads the people, somebody who has whoever's underneath them's correct problems or goals in mind, and really does that and able to execute that well. So yeah, the king and the queen is super, super important, but not everybody can be it. You need to gain the support and the votes from your fellow lords if you'd like to earn this prestigious title. But do believe you will hold a lot of social power. You will hold a lot of clout within the Blocklords kingdom if that crown goes on your head. So
it's awesome.
Exciting stuff.
So here are some shots from our early access. It's pre-alpha, so this isn't finished yet. It's still going to look better. It already looks great. So up here on the left is like a character menu. Here's some warfare and defense. This is what your farming looks like. Just another angle of the warfare there. And then I believe that we have some raider footage as well. Tavern, picking up quests, doing your daily tasks. This is a farm being raided. There's lots of poor farmers that have been eliminated here.
That's somebody's day getting ruined on the right there.
We demand blood.
Which is why it's important that some of us may be knights, because if you stop this, you're going to get paid handsomely.
Wow.
I'm going to show the trailer. I'm just going to swap over to Jassie's screen because we're having some trouble. Yeah. So we worked with Axis Studios. They did Diablo trailers. They did Call of Duty trailers. They're responsible for Love, Death, Robots on Netflix, which I'm sure you've all seen. This is one of our 3 minisodes, the first one that's been released, and it's called Protect Your House.
Ooh, let's have a look.
The air is thick with blood. Allegiances have been tested. Those who remain stand no chance. In the wake of defeat, when your legacy lies in ruins, steel yourself. The enemy stands at the door. Only courage remains. There is no other choice. You must protect your house.
Pretty cool, right?
Wow. I literally got goosebumps. I don't know if you guys can see because I was monitoring the video, so like I couldn't see other people, but I'm like so focused on watching the trailer and I got like goosebumps all over me.
I, as someone
Yeah.
in the marketing department, have seen this trailer maybe close to 1 million times, and every time I watch it, it finishes, and I'm like, "Yeah, Blocklords!"
Yeah,
our
it
CEO,
really does.
our
It
CEO
like
David,
pumps you up.
yeah, David Johansson, our CEO, cannot watch this trailer without going Blocklords at the end. It's impossible. It's an impossible feat for David to watch this and not shout Blocklords at the end.
I would love to get that on video or something.
I'm
Yeah,
sure I
that'll be
can. Yeah,
amazing.
it's
Yeah.
very, very good.
And like I know that you guys said that the people who make this trailer is like very high tech, but like I still every time when I see him, like look at the details of everything. I can see that man's pores like closer and clearer than my own. Like that's insane. That's so good. Such well
So what's
done.
super exciting is this is just the first of 3 of this episodic miniseries that we're creating. A whole story that this kind of alludes towards, and they're all very different scenes that the episodes are going to go through. So these episodes are meant to paint a picture of kind of what the universe looks like, and give a little snapshot of what the exciting points that players can really look forward to are.
And next thing you know, we're on Netflix miniseries.
So, just for people asking in the chat, if you would like to receive your free banner chest, which you can trade for a hero, please go to blocklords.com and hit join now. Or you can scan the barcode here, which will take you to a registration page. All you need to do is pop in an email and connect your wallet, and then you're all set. Let's get on to it. So, with those banners, you can collect heroes. There is going to be some special heroes. Everyone that starts for free will get a farming character, and then there's going to be some special nobles and interesting characters coming in. So we did some little polls in the community, but we're going to introduce you to some of the characters that will be the first founding fathers of the entire civilization within the Blocklords universe. So first off, I would like to introduce you to Duke Chad, the superior man. You can't get more alpha than Chad. Stronger than God with a jawline that cuts as deep as his knife. Beta lords cower when they hear his battle roar. He eats bones to fuel his masculinity. So Duke Chad is a Chad, essentially. He'll be looking for his Stacy in the Dynasty system, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. So he's going to be one of our first heroes. Next up, Laszlo, would you like to introduce Apex Armstrong?
Okay, all right. Apex Armstrong. Apex doesn't like parties. We see Apex as the Lone Ranger of the world. Apex doesn't like parties or feasts or people for that matter. As a true introvert, she'd rather binge watch The Jester. Anyone who tries to get her out more gets their tongue ripped out.
So she's one of our badass ladies. Next up,
she looks so badass.
Penn.
Yeah, read this one.
Max is our roadman. We wanted to give a nod to all the lovely roadman that we've met in our lives. So Max Penn, cobbled roadman. Max would rather die than snitch on his nobles. The Lord Demmer is family. Earls before girls, no doubt. The helm stays on 24/7. No face, no case. Wagwan, my lord.
Yeah.
I love these. Who wrote this description?
Yeah, it's been a while to get here. We've been through a journey, but our heroes are really starting to take on some personality. And I'm excited to show you some of the content that will be coming out in the future. It's not available today, but soon we're going to have some really, really cool content for these guys as well.
Definitely.
Which of these would you have, Jessie?
I definitely like Apex Armstrong. She looks so badass. love her the minute that you show me at the beginning. Like at first when we're having the gathering meetings for our company, I saw her. I'm like, she can raid me anytime.
She's the
So
one.
is this like their actual name that already being named, or this is just wow? That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're taking it slow and we're just like making sure that characters are right. There's a bunch of characters here. I don't know if you want to pick one and you read it, Jessie. But we've tried to make them have personalities and backstories that people will relate to. We have Henry Pastor, this guy here, who is a cool character. I'm sure you've seen him across a lot of the branding. But Henry is a no-edge lord. He likes poetry, and the scar across his face is actually from cuddling his cat too hard. So we've really been out there and like we've worked with these characters and we've made like a bunch of cool characters that would be really cool to own and start your destiny with. These characters' legacies will be what you build on top of. So it's gonna be super interesting to see how people might take Henry Pastor, who's a big softie really, and they might turn him into the like most badass warlord of all time. And it's gonna be really interesting to see what people will do with these characters.
I really cannot wait. Like when Blocklords website have like a new section just for the characters backstories and like fan art to like have people just start creating it.
So with these characters, so all of our heroes die. It won't happen in the first version because it's going to be released in patches. So there's going to be new releases, new DLCs, essentially, that will come out and make the game change. But we're going to open a dynasty system. So all of our heroes die, which means in order to play the game as part of the strategy, you need to establish your legacy within the dynasty system. Here's two characters falling in love on a bridge. And they're going to get married. Laszlo, do you want to talk a little bit about how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. So as we're on a Binance stream, I mean, a lot of you are crypto familiar. So we see a lot of these kind of breeding mechanisms in crypto games before. However, the permadeath aspect really creates an interesting mechanic here because there becomes an inevitable metagame that people have to play in terms of gamifying or speculating what the best traits their offspring will have. And, when you go and choose your spouse and have your children and, there's real weight to like what your bloodline is going to like do in the world. You really have to think carefully, strategically about what that process looks like. But long term, like it's really exciting right off the bat where we get to kick off this dynasty system and we get to start off these family trees. But when we look back on this whole family ancestry of all of the characters and lords and kings and queens that have lived before, it creates a really cool infographic, really cool picture of how the story has progressed, how this player-driven narrative has grown, and it really puts the players who are responsible for making the game successful in the first place, puts the players in control of this whole experience, and we let them craft their own little narrative. We give them a little push, but we let them choose their spouse, have their children, and create their own legacy within the game. So this is one of the things that both myself and a lot of our investors and partners were most excited about, this permadeath and dynasty system.
It is really awesome. Like it is like having your own Game of Thrones kind of situation over there. Like, yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, it just provides that extra level of strategy. There's so much going on, and each class has its own responsibilities, and this is shared throughout. It doesn't matter whether you're a farmer or whether you're the king of like 7 nations, everyone needs to participate in this. And the way that it will work, say like someone needs meat to raise an army, they're going to start purchasing other people's farmers that have like good cow farming stats, for instance. So it's just a really interesting, not just like strategy thing, but like it affects the economy as well, what people decide to do.
One other thing that I just wanted to mention on this like permadeath aspect is that there's a lot of ways that you can die within this Blocklords game, right? It's not just old age, right? Essentially, the older you get within the game, there's like a probability of you passing away from old age that increases, right? Inevitably. But like you can die from, going to war, right? If you're a raider and you're trying to attack somebody, right? And you fail, right? Like, well, you're putting your life on the line for those rewards you could potentially get. In a game like this that has these kinds of digital assets in it, like there's real risk in terms of what kind of decisions you make. So you really have to think carefully about, you know, what kind of player you are, what kind of choices you want to make. The life of a farmer is a lot more calm than the life of a knight or a raider. And if you're trying to create a bloodline, if you're trying to, you know, live a prosperous, fruitful, long life, you know, the raider may not be the right choice for you. So just want to put that out there. Like this, there's a lot of different ways that the players can die in the game. And yeah.
There's also, so say like if you're sending your farmer into the forest on his own without a squad of other farmers, one, he's not going to bring back as much yield, but what if he runs into a bear? There's like choices that you will make. You may send a squad of farmers into the forest and a bear will appear and you need to make a decision. Then it's going to give you an option. You're going to say, well, I'm going to do this. If you make the wrong decision, your farmer might get mauled to death by a bear in the forest. So that is that level. The chances of it are a lot lower than dying, obviously, in a sword fight, but
it's like actual life.
Yeah, so the dynasty system is very important. It's important to always be thinking about what you're going to do with your characters.
That's really interesting. And also I wanted to point it out, like you have so many options in this game, and there are so many aspects and decisions you need to make. And I think that makes a really good game is like you give people you give players all of the freedom for them to decide what kind of path they wanted to choose and what kind of legacy they want to build. I think it is a really well thought out game. Like it's really still shocking to me until this day that this is such. I think this is probably the most epic crypto game that we ever like envision ourselves, because most of the DeFi games I encounter are always more of a proof of concept game that's more focused on the DeFi function itself and not really like the gameplay through experience. But I feel like for this game is really much of both DeFi and the gameplay experience are very enhanced. So I feel like not only the crypto native will really enjoy this game, and also the traditional gamers will definitely enjoy this game as much as any other people will do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
No, go ahead.
We're going to say the same thing. You go.
I was going to say, for me personally, like it wasn't until I saw like how the hero NFTs were used within the game that like this really clicked for me as like a possible vertical of how this technology could be applied in a good way. Not every item or not every character needs to be tokenized within the game. A lot of times it adds a lot of complexity to the experience, which is fine. You have to manage that as a developer, as a studio. But you know, right off the bat, you know, when I saw this project, like, and I just saw like the core like of what the heroes are meant to do and how they're supposed to interact with each other and how they'll inevitably die, I was like, you know, this is makes a lot of sense for like what the players' emotions are when they have like some kind of character like this, and they you know, become very attached to it, and that kind of like emotional, like it's an extension of themselves. And you know, as you grow through the game, it's like, well, you know, you want to carry on that bloodline, you want to keep your legacy and keep that, you know, storyline going, and all of the energy and time that people pour into the games. You know, it's like a lot of times it's lost in these crypto games because there's not too much of an emotional attachment. A lot of that comes from, you know, actually creating something that is engaging and high fidelity and in depth, and something you can really get immersed in. So that's really what I got like most excited about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the same for me really as well. And I think as a studio, like Meta King's slogan is "Fun conquers all," you know. And what we're building is like first, like the most ambitious strategy game of all time. We've taken the mechanics from the games that we grew up playing and that we loved, and we put them together in one game, which is ambitious. And then on top of that, the secondary point is how do we use blockchain to enhance that experience for the players and to give players choices within the games. But like, yeah, it's a fun first game. We want everyone to be able to pick this up and think, okay, I'm going to play this now, without like having that barrier of entry or not having a fun experience and only doing it for monetary reasons, you know. So like the game is fun. It's been built out. The mechanics are insane. And I think it's going to be an enjoyable experience for those who are going to get into this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm seeing some block hordes in the chat. We were thinking about what to call the community, and Bodhi, our wordsmith, came up with like block horde, which we were like, raiders.
Horde. Okay, okay.
Okay, I understand what you thought I was saying.
I was not. I was not for block horde. I was against block horde, actually. I voted for Blocklords Army, but we did a poll online, and I was the loser, so we're now the Blocklord. Good job, Sam.
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good job, Sam.
If you would like to join the Blocklord, there we go, that was a segue. Please, we're going to close pre-registration soon. If you want to get involved and you want to get a free character, head to blocklords.com or scan the QR code, hit join now, and pop in your email, connect your wallet, and that's that, really. You'll be ready to play and claim, and when early access comes out, you'll have a free ticket to join the early access of the game. Next.
It's like super easy to scan the. I done it once. I scanned the QR code and then it took like less than 5 minutes to get pre-registered and then get like a free hero. So yeah, it's really easy. Yeah.
I'm seeing Block Flock in the chat as well. I like that a lot too. I'm a bit of a bird girl, so that one works for me.
Oh,
Game looks very strong. Good teamwork. Thank you. I thought it would be nice for us to just run through what we've been up to a little bit. So we did the official launch over at GDC, which is the Game Developer Conference in San Francisco. This was in March. There's a little quote from our dear Lord of Growth, VP of Marketing, Dane Hammer, when we were overwhelmed by the response of all the attendees visiting our booth and allowing us an opportunity to talk about our public beta release. Then we headed over to NFT NYC. This is our CEO, David Johansson, got up on stage, did a big old speech and reveal, which went down great. We had a great time over at NFT NYC, met lots of very important people that are helping us out now, had a chance to connect with our wonderful partners.
Oops,
oh,
here you go.
Oh, I can't stop. Hang on. Got a little problem with slides, so we have to...
No worries.
And then recently, we also went to Gamescom as well, where we were in a business area. It was very humbling. Lots of people came over. We had people coming over from games that we love, and we're like working on like giving, the stuff that's inspired us. So we had people come through for all of that.
You want to share what that experience was like, being over there and feeling like?
So for me, I've done a couple of these events, but it was the first time I was like seeing people's reaction. And obviously we were at Gamescom, we were in the business area, but there was people coming through, just walking in. People were just asking questions like, how do I do this in my game? We had one guy come up to us who is an executive at a very, very big game development studio. Johnny and I, we'd finished, we were having a beer, and I was talking to the person at the bar next to me, and he was an executive at Nintendo, and he said to me, he's like, you guys remind me, he's like 10 years ago at one of the first Gamescoms, there was a little booth and it was just like yours. It was just didn't have a lot going on. There was some chairs and a TV, and he said that was The Witcher. It was CDPR and The Witcher. And I was like, ah! So people are recognizing us. We're really, really grateful that people are like siding with the project and trying to understand what we're building. And the response from traditional gamers as well was like very overwhelming, very humbling.
Especially at Gamescom, where like the majority of the people there, pretty much like all of them, are not crypto games or anything that has to do with Web3 or whatever. It's just traditional gamers. And sentiment has been very negative in the past, like from traditional gamers, and to see like that level of attention and that level of curiosity for what we bring, which is not like shoving tokens and NFTs in their face, like it was really exciting and really empowering to see. And I think something that like the whole space like could really learn from as we go forward and try and onboard the next generation of traditional gamers.
Which follows on. So Zenko is organized by our friends at Horizon Labs. They did ApeCoin, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Dane and David, so that's our CEO and our VP of Marketing and Growth, both spoke there. David spoke on the art of the game, which essentially was about NFT utility and how we change that and how we make it valuable for the player to own these things that have utility, which is how we work in game. And then Dane spoke on funding and fun. We've had a very overwhelmingly good reception to our marketing, which is mostly down to lovely Dane here. And it's just talking about how we become an onboarding company for Web 2. How do we become Web 2.5, where we merge these worlds together and get people excited? And the answer is fun. Everything we're doing is like very, very fun first. And it's being the reception to that has been amazing. Which moves me on to the PR section. So since we launched in March, we've had over 800 pieces of global PR. We've got Benzinga in there. We've got Binance, shout out. We've got Bloomberg, Digital Journal, VentureBee. And then yesterday, we woke up to a very lovely piece in Forbes, which also
I saw it.
Yeah, which is like, I cried. I was very emotional about this. It's very important because it's like nearly a first for us to for a game in Web3 to be making this kind of news. We announced our support from Square Enix, who do Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, Krafton, who do PUBG, GameStop, obviously you've seen us interacting with GameStop, and then our wonderful partners. There's 40 of them. They're all great. But this is like a really big moment for us and for all of our partners. Everyone's super, super excited to see that we're just getting this kind of coverage now. And people are excited, and they're excited about us being a brand that's going to do this and become that step in entertainment. So if you want to read that, you can just Google Forbes Blocklords. I'm sure that it'll come up. Jackson, thank you very much for writing so kindly about us. The masses love Blocklords, and we're very, very grateful for this and for what everyone is doing to support us. Steps to get your hero. Laszlo, I thought you may want to just chat sort of loosely about how this is going to work. I know we haven't given these steps out yet, so it's going to be useful to see. I'd like everyone in chat to tell us if you understand this, because we're trying to make something that's very easily digestible. And if you don't understand it, then we're going to make it a little bit easier to understand. So please kick it off, Laszlo.
Sure. So the first step is claiming your or registering on the website. If you register, then everybody who registers is eligible for 5 free banners. It's not a gimmick. It's like you will get your 5 free banners. Once the next stage comes up, that's when the actual banners will be able to get brought into your wallet, and where you open your chest. There's multiple different kinds of chests, but that's a whole separate discussion. So the third step is that you pre-register for a free early access hero. So this is where you actually go and take these banners that you've collected from your chest, and you exchange them for either farmers or legacy farmers, the ones that everybody will get. And the fourth one is the legendary phase, where you can claim your legendary heroes. So some of the Epic, Max Pastel, or Henry Pastel, Max Peng, Apex Armstrong, those legendary heroes you're able to exchange if you have some very rare banners during that claim. And then fifth stage is the one that everybody's waiting for. Early access begins. Our farming play opens up, and we begin bringing in newer iterations of the game that players can take part in, starting with the farming and the Lord play.
And that's pretty much it. There's going to be a lot of news about this soon. So please do jump in our Discord. It's available on the website. Follow us on Twitter. There's going to be some pretty crazy announcements soon and lots of fun things for you guys to start getting involved in and building out your guilds or your clans or whatever you may want to call it. So I'd recommend that you keep on top of that. It's very, very close to everything sort of taking off now. And the chance to pre-register is going to close very shortly. So now's your chance. I wanted to open it up and see if anyone had any questions. If you had any questions, Jassy, we think there's anything we've missed.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Also, feel free to ask any questions in the live comments. We will look at it. So I'm just very curious to know that other than the banners, are you guys coming up with are you thinking of any other new events that you're going to coming out? So other than the banners.
So banners will be the first event, which then moves into farmer claim and then to hero claim. There'll be some infographics and some explainer videos being released in the next few weeks that are really going to make this obvious how this is going to work. We're very focused on user experience, so we're going to give you a very easy manual to follow, and then people should be able to pitch in and do that. On Monday night, we have a talent show. If you're interested in winning some of $1,500, $1,500, $1,500, that's where I was getting tongue-tied. then hop into Discord. If you want to do a 2-minute talent with some influencers as judges and me and Laszlo, then feel free to pop in. Discord is really the place to be. There's going to be a lot happening there in the coming weeks.
Yeah, you asked about next phase, but you will see some exciting stuff happen within our Discord and within our website as well in terms of other experiences you can take part in before the game actually starts. Even right now on the Discord, there's a text game where players can go and start as a farmer, gather wheats, and eventually sell that wheat for gold, and eventually buy land and become a lord, which is how you gain your first role within the server. So people have really evangelized behind that, and we aim to continue to keep building these experiences before the game is available. Something that is really core to us is providing fun for everybody that's accessible and doesn't really require you to be solely on the PC client playing the end game.
Exactly. I noticed like in Discord and also in Telegram and all kinds of your handles, you guys will have a little bit of like small events that's coming up, and it's very, very exciting to see like you come up with like different things to engage with everyone. So like for the talent show, I'm like really curious to see like what things we're gonna do to like win the talent show.
I'm
curious too. I have no idea.
We've had some very interesting applications. I think it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, are you going to have like a stream and then just like see everyone's? Is it like people apply for like a?
Yeah,
like
so
applications
applications are still open. They're open until the 17th. People have
Drop in
applied.
chat.
Yeah, do you have the link on hand?
Yeah, I got it.
do not. Yeah, if you want to sign up and you want to have a chance at winning $1,500, feel free to join us. Yes, I am British. We self-conscious. I think it's going to be really interesting. We have Classify as one of the judges. He's Mr. Beast's housemate. We have Mitchell, and we have Santa Decides, who is the Santa account on Twitter. Santa is going to be judging whether you're on the naughty or the nice list. So if you'd like to know what's happening for your holiday season, please do feel free to pop in, and maybe we can get you in front of Santa for Judgment Day.
Is it the Judgment Day? My goodness.
Yeah, there's a bunch of events that happen on our social media. We do like little meme competitions. We give away assets that are like a little bit more powerful, might get you a better hero a lot. So keep an eye on social media, and maybe you'll be able to win something kind of cool for making us memes.
I love seeing the memes. Every morning I wake up, I watch Blocklords memes like religiously. It's so funny.
Yeah, we had we have some dedicated people who literally, it's very funny. There's people in our community that don't speak at all in the chat, but like every now and again they'll just come in and drop like 20 memes. I just like my DMs. I'm like, what's going on? It's just like 20 Blocklords memes. I'm like, thank you, appreciate that.
That's awesome. And also, everyone, I put the link on the talent show on the live chat, and so feel free to go in and enter, and maybe you might win the 1,500. Is it US dollar?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's a lot. Can I
join? You can join, but like I don't know if Sam and I are able to judge you because we're just automatic.
I know.
It's like every time when we're having campaigns, I'm always like, can I just change my VPN and join as well? And Simon always called me out on it. Like, Jesse, stop doing that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, I think. And then there's some other stuff that's going to come up in the next few weeks. That's going to be exciting as well, and really give people a chance to start interacting with each other and with us and building this thing out.
Yes, it is really exciting. And also, I think I see all of you are super active on your socials. So definitely shout out to everyone to go follow all of the social handles on Blocklords. And you can always go to blocklords.com to see like the latest news, because you pop out good news like almost every day and every hour. So like, it's like you have to be on top of it. So yeah, definitely have to go watch it and follow all of the handles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Even some days we're like, whoa, there's a lot happening today. So it's always exciting. We post a lot and there's a lot of cool things happening. So
that's the goal, that we want to have so many events, so many experiences going on that Sam and I like can't even keep track of what like is happening. Like that's really the goal. And as we build this company, like all of these experiences, from the talent show to these giveaways that we do to the Discord game, it's like provide as much kind of opportunity for people to just take part and have fun and smile, and bring back like what the purpose of gaming and just this brand is supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for coming here and enjoying the stream. We have so many people watching it at the same time. So yeah, shout out to all of you. We have 1.7K right now.
Nice.
That's great. Thank you for having us, Jossie. It's a pleasure as always. I wish that we could do this every day. I feel like we might get in trouble at work if we were to do that. So
yeah. But if we're streaming, it's not. We're still working. So yeah, always feel free to like come out and drop out so many good news, because there are so many things happening at your end. So I think like once a while you come here and then just share all of this with the Binance stream viewers. It'll be really beneficial to them to understand what the progress is. So it's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse, for having us. Thanks to all of our listeners out there. Check us out. Check our links out down below. The QR code, pre-register, and say hi to all of your fellow gamers within our Discord.
Yeah. Also, if you have any questions, if you don't have the chance to leave the comments here in the live chat, always go to their Discord to leave a comment and ask any questions there. I think you guys are super like hands-on on the instant response. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
It does feel like a full-time job. Yesterday, like 1 a.m. is still like up all night. I'm just like watching everyone's chatting away. So yeah, even though we all like work from home, it just feels like everywhere is my office.
Yeah, we're blessed as well, because like it is fun. Like our community is very fun, and like our like fun first approach. Like we're allowed to be very silly and like very active in the community. So like it's hard to step away from that. It's very fun to just be like, well, I'm just going to sit here all day and chat to all these people.
Yeah,
it's super fun. To the point where like sometimes I'm like, oh my god, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I have to go to bed. But yeah, it's amazing.
It's fun catching up with you guys as well. Yeah. All right. Nice. Thank you. I won't take too much time for you guys. So thank you so much for coming to the show. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. See ya. All right. That's Blocklords team. Aren't they amazing and adorable? I freaking love them every single time. So happy when they're coming here. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. Next week we'll still do the same stream, Wednesday and Friday. So stay tuned. You never know who's gonna be the guest next time. So happy Friday. If you have any questions, as usual, go to blocklords.com. If you have any questions about Seascape, go to seascape.network. Always ask questions, always chat with us. We're always here. So no matter where you are, I hope you have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So I'll catch you guys later. See ya.